Hello everyone on YouTube. This is going to be part 2 of my install and remove a secondary operating system. In my case, I'm going to want to use my Windows 7 64-bit disk. But if your primary operating system was Linux based, or Ubuntu, you would want to use an Ubuntu disk or whatever operating system your primary disk is. Now this I only know works in Windows 7, so I wouldn't try this in anything else. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to go to My Computer, you want to click Manage. You want to go to Disk Management. You want to find your partition. Let me make sure this is the partition that I'm looking for. Okay, this is. So, we want to delete the volume. And then we want to delete partition. We're just going to do this for right now. We're formatting 114 gigabytes, which was the Linux operating system, and our boot is going to be on our 816.63 gigabyte partition. But after we do this and we boot back into Windows after fixing the error we're going to get, then I'm going to extend the volume of the 816 gig back to 920. Okay, so we have a new volume now. We want to make sure there's nothing in it, and now we want to delete volume. Now we'll want to delete the partition. Okay, so there's now enough space to do this operation. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to reboot, and hopefully we get the error. So right now I'm shutting down, and we'll pause the video. Okay, so we're booting back up, and we should get an error now. As you can see, error unknown file system grub rescue. What we want to do now is we want to insert the Windows 7. In my case, I want Windows 7. Once you've inserted that, you're going to want to press Control-Delete. After pressing Control-Delete, you're going to want to get back into the BIOS of the computer. So I'm going to pause it again. Sorry about that. I didn't pause it, but it's only going to take a second. I'm going to boot from this CD. Okay, Windows is loading files. I'm going to pause this because this might take a few minutes. Okay, so now I'm on my Windows 7 disk. what you want to do at this screen, you want to click Next. Then you want to go down to Repair Your Computer. Now it's going to search for Windows installations. Now, since we've done this, it could come up saying there is no installation, but this time it didn't, so we're going to click Next. See, this is Windows 7 Home Premium. What we want to do first is do Startup Repair, just to fix any errors that we have besides this one, so I'm going to pause it. Actually, it's already done, never mind. So I'm going to click Finish, and I'm going to restart. Okay, so what you want to do after you restart after this, you want to boot back into the CD. You don't want to try to boot into Windows because you're just going to get an error message and then the computer's going to automatically restart. So we're back on the Windows 7 screen. We're going to want to click Next again. We're going to want to go back down to Repair Computer. And then it's going to search for installations. This time it might not show after we did this. The last time I did this it did not show. Okay, so we're going to go to Next, and now we're going to go to Command Prompt. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to type in the command tree to make sure you have access to all the features of the CD. You want to make sure you have the features of yours. In my case is Home Premium. This one actually has all of, it has access to all the features, but some of them are locked and you can't use them. Like you can't like activate with the CD. Okay. So the next thing you want to do after you know that's okay, then you want to type in boot rec.exe. Okay. Now a list of these commands will pop up. You're going to want to type in boot rec, then the slash, and then each one of these. You want to go down the list. That's what I do. Well, that's what I did the first time I got this error. So I'm going to pause it and I'm going to do the first command and then unpause. Okay, so the first one you want to do is bootrec.exe/scanos. It's going to say please wait. Successful. Total identified Windows installations are 0. That's good that it says that now. What we want to do now is we want to press back up. Now we want to type in the first one, which is fix MBR. You want to click shift. You want to type it exactly as it says. Okay, the operation was completed successfully. Now the next thing you want to do is fix boot. You type it in the same bootrec.exe/fixboot, and then you click enter. This one takes a minute or two. Okay, the operation was completed successful. And the final one you're going to want to do is bootrec.exe/rebuild boot CD or rebuild BCD. It'll say please wait since this may take a while. Okay, I'll say that. And now we're going to try to restart and see if we boot into Windows. So now we're restarting. Hopefully we'll be able to boot into Windows after this. I know this is getting kind of long, but this video is pretty long. Now you shouldn't try this if you don't have knowledge of how command prompt and Windows works. See, now we're able to boot into Windows. There's no more error. It still didn't recognize. What you want is you don't want to recognize there's a Windows install after the last command. If it does recognize that, most likely you've done something wrong. I would recommend you do not try this unless you have to, or have someone with prior knowledge of repairing computers to do this for you, because things can go wrong, data can be lost, and other things can happen. Okay, so